Good day. So today I'm going to discuss the following exercises given to us. So this is the direction. In each problem, draw the figure on rectangular coordinate paper. In exercise 1 to 6, find the distance between the points. So this is the x and y coordinates. The first is 1 and 5. Second is -5 and 3. So in order to get the distance of the points, we use the P1, P2 is equals to square root of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared, And then we substitute the value of x sub 2, which is -5, and the value of x sub 1, which is 1. And then close and open parentheses squared, then plus the value of y sub 2, 3, and the value of y sub 1 is 5, then close and open parentheses squared. Then subtract -5 to +1, so -5 minus 1, unlike sign, so we're gonna add. So the answer is 6 squared is equals 36. Then 3 minus 5 is 2, then squared is 4, so 36 plus 4 is equals to square root of 40, then square root of 40 is equals to P1, P2 is equals to 2 square root of 10. So the distance between the points is 2 square root of 10. Then next, number 2, the x and y coordinate is -2 and -4, then 1 and 6. So this is my solution. So we use the same formula. The P1, P2 is equals to square root of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. So we're gonna substitute the value of x sub 2, x sub 1, y sub 2, and y sub 1. So the equation will become square root of 1 minus -2 squared plus 6 minus -4 squared. So if we subtracted 1 and 2, -2, so unlike sign, so we're gonna add because negative and positive. So the answer will become 3, then squared, it will become 9. Then 6 minus -4, unlike sign, so we're gonna add, so it will become 10. 10 squared is equals to 100. So square root of 9 plus 100 is equals to square root of 109. So our point 1, point 2 is equals to square root of 109. So that is the distance of the points. So we're gonna proceed to number 3. The x and y coordinate is -5 and 4 and 3 and 6. So this is my solution. We also use the same formula. P1, P2 is equals to square root of x squared minus x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. So substitute the value of x sub 2, 3, and the value of x sub 1, -3, then squared, plus the value of y sub 2 is equals to 6 minus the value of y sub 1 is equals to 4, then squared. So 3 minus -3 is equals to 6, because unlike sign, we're gonna add. Then 6 squared is 36. Then 6 minus 4 is 2, then squared is equals to 4. So 36 plus 4 is equals to square root of 40, then square root of 40 is equals to 0.1, 0.2 is equals to 2 square root of 10. So that is the distance of the point in the graph. Then we'll proceed to number 4. So number 4, x and y coordinate is 8 and 1 and 0 and 5. So this is my solution. We use also the same formula. The point 1, point 2 is equals to square root of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. So we're gonna substitute the value of x sub 2 0 and the value of x sub 1 8, then squared plus the value of y squared, y sub 2 I mean, 5 minus the value of y sub 1 1, then squared, then 0 minus 8 is equals 8, then squared is equals to 64, plus 5 minus 1 4 squared is equals to 16, then 64 plus 16 is equals to square root of 100. Square root of 100 is equals to square root of 10. So 0.1 and 0.2 is equals to square root of 10. So that is the distance between the 8 and 1 and 0.0 and 5. So we're gonna proceed to number 5. So the x and y coordinates is 1 and 3 hubs and negative 7 and 5 hubs. So we also use the same formula. P1 P2 is equals to x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. So this is and then we substitute the value of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 and the value of y sub 2 and y sub 1. So the equation will become square root of negative 7 minus 1 squared plus 5 halves is equal minus 3 halves squared. So the answer is 64 plus 16 square root. Then 64 plus 16 is equals to 80. Then we're gonna copy the square root. Then square root of 80 is equals to 4 square root of 5. So 0.1 and 0.2 is equals to square root of 4 and 5. So that is the distance of the points. The given is also number 6. The given is negative 2 over 3 minus negative 3 over 4 and 5 and negative 5 over 12. So this is my solution. We used the formula P1 P2 is equals to square root of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. So the equation will become 5 minus negative 2 over 3 squared plus negative 5 over 12 minus negative 3 over 4 squared. Then if we subtracted and squared the given or the equation, it will become 289 over 9 plus 1 over 9. So if we add 289 over 9 plus 1 over 9, it will become 290 over 9. Then 200 over 90 over 9 is equals to 19, close and open parenthesis, 290. So P1 and P2 is equals to 1/3 square root of 290, because square root of 19 and 290 is equals to 1/3 over 290. Let's proceed to number 7. Show that points negative 2 and 5, negative 2 and negative 1 and 4 and 1 all lie on a circle whose center is at 1 and 2. Find the length of the radius. So this is my solution. We use the formula P1 P2 is equals to square root of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. So we substitute the value of x sub 2, which is 1, and the value of x sub 1, which is negative 2, then squared, plus the value of y sub 2 is 2, plus the value of y sub 1, 5, then squared. So 1 minus negative 2 is unlike sign, so we're gonna add, so it will become 3, then squared, it's equals to 9, then 2 minus 5 is 3, squared is also 9, so 9 plus 9 is equals to square root of 18, then the square root of 18 is 3 square root of 2, so P1 and P2 is equals to 3 square root of 2. Then we'll proceed to problem number 9. Show that the points 4 and 5, 1 and 1, and negative 2, and 5 are the vertices of an isosceles triangle. Find the area. So solution, area is equals to 1 half x sub 1 y sub 2 plus x sub 2 y sub 3 plus x sub 3 y sub 1 minus x sub 1 y sub 3 minus x minus y sub 2 y sub 1 minus x sub 3 and y sub 2. Then we're gonna substitute the value, so the equation will become area is equals to 1 half equals negative 2 and 5 plus 4 and 1 plus 1 and 5 minus negative 2 and 1 minus 4 and 5 minus 1 and 5. So the solution will become a is equals 1 half negative 10 plus 4 plus 5 plus 2 minus 20 minus 5. So it equals to 1 half and negative 24. So area is equals to 1 half negative 24. So we multiplied. So it will become 24 over 2. Then divide. So the area is equals to 12 square units. Then proceed to number 10. Show that the points is negative 1 and negative 2, 2 and 1, and negative 3 and 6 are the vertices of a right triangle. Find the area. Solution, a is equals to 1 half x sub 1 y sub 2 plus x sub 2 y sub 3 plus x sub 3 y sub 1 minus x sub 1 y sub 3 minus x sub 2 y sub 1 minus x sub 3 y sub 2. So substitute the value. So the equation will become a is equals to 1 half negative 1 and positive 1 plus 2 and 6 plus 3 negative 2 minus negative 1 and 6, then minus 2 and negative 2 minus 3 and 1. So the equation will become a is equals to 1 half minus 1 negative 1 plus 12 plus 6 plus 6 plus 4 plus 3. So if you add, it will become a is equals to, so the answer is 30. Then we cross multiply, so the answer will become 1 over 30, then 30, then yes, we cross multiplied, it will become 30 over 2. My writings are wrong, it should be 1 over 2. So the answer is a is equals to 15 square units. Then number 17, find the radius of a circle with center at 4 and 1 if a chord of length is 4 square root of 2 is bisected at 7 and 4. So this is my solution. We used the formula P1 and P2 is equals to square root of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. So the equation will become square root of 7 minus 4 squared plus 4 minus 1 squared, because we substitute the value of x sub 2, x sub 1, y sub 2, and y sub 1. Then 7 minus 4 is 3 squared is equals to 9, and 4 minus 1 is 3 squared is equals to 9 also. So 9 plus 9 is equals to 18 square root. Then we use to get the radius, we use the formula r squared is equals to a squared plus b squared. So r is equals to square root of 18 squared plus 2 square root of 2 squared. So the answer is, the equation will become 18 plus 18 square root. Then 18 plus 18 is equals to 26. Then the radius is equals to square root of 26. So proceed to number 18. The radius of a circle is 5 and its center is at negative 3 and negative 4. Find the length of the chord that is bisected at 11 over 2 and negative 13 over 2. So the solution is equals to, the formula that we use is p1 and p2, and square root of x sub 1 minus x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. Then substitute the value of the formula, so it will become negative 11 over 2 minus negative 3, positive, the 11 over 2, then squared plus negative 13 over 2 minus negative 4 squared. So the equation will become 25 over 4 plus 25 over 4. So P1 and P2 is equals to 50 over 4. So we use also the formula AB squared plus BC squared is equals to AC squared. So substitute the value of the formula, so it will become 25 over 2 plus BC squared is equals to 25, BC squared is equals to 25 over 2, then 25 over 2 square root is 5 over 2, so that's the answer. So 21, find the points on the y-axis that is equidistant from 5, 1 and negative 3, negative 1. So this is my solution. So the given is 5 over 1, negative 3 and negative 1, and the missing is 0 and the y. So P1 P2 is equals to x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared equals, you substitute the value, so it will become 0 minus 5 squared plus y minus 1 squared, then equals 25 plus y minus 1 squared, 25 plus y squared minus 2y plus 1, then 2y minus 2y is negative 4y over negative 4. Then square root of 0 minus 3 squared plus y minus 0 squared is equals to 9 plus y sub 1 squared. The equation becomes negative 25 minus 1 plus 9 plus 1, and then it equals to negative 16 over negative 4. So the answer is y is equals to 4, and the points is 0 and 4. So 22, a line segment 5 units long has one of its end at 3 and 1. The coordinate of the other end is 5. Find its abscissa. So the solution is this equals to 5, then 3 and 1, and y and x and 5. 5 squared is equals to a minus 3 squared plus 5 minus 1 squared. So the equation becomes 5 squared equals to x minus 3 squared plus 16. Then 25 minus 16 equals x minus 3 squared. So 25 minus 16, 9. Copy x minus 3 squared. X minus 3 squared equals to 9. We transpose. Then x minus 3 is equals positive negative square root of 9 equals positive negative 3. X equals 3 positive negative 3. So the abscissa of is 6 or 0. Number 24. The point x and 1 is 2 square root of 5 units from 2 and 5. Find x. So 2 is to 2 square root of 5 is equals to 2 square root of x minus 2 squared plus 1 minus 3 squared. So the equation will become 2 square root of 5 equals x minus 2 squared plus 4, because 1 minus 3 is 2 squared equals 4. Then we squared the both sides, and squared 2 square root of 5 squared is equals to square root of x squared minus 4x plus 4 plus 4, then squared. So the equation will become 20 equals x raised to 8 minus 4x plus 8. 20 minus 8 is equals to x sub x squared, minus 4x. Then we're gonna equals to 0. 0 is equals x squared minus 4x plus 12. So the ordinates of 12 is x minus 2 and x plus 6. So the so the x is either negative 2 or 6. Find the midpoint of negative 3 and negative 4 and 1 and 2. So this is my solution. So we use the formula xm is equals to 1 half x sub 1 plus x sub 2. If we are finding x, so we substitute the value of x sub 1 plus and x sub 2, so the equation will become xm is equals to 1 half negative 3 plus 1 is equals to negative 1. So that is the xm. Then ym or y midpoint, so the formula is ym is equals to y sub 1 plus y sub 2. So we substitute the value of y sub 1 and y sub 2. So the equation will become 1 half times negative 4 plus 2 is equals to negative 1. So the xm and ym or the midpoint is negative 1 and negative 1. So number 3, find the midpoint of 4 over 5 and 2 over 3 and negative 8 over 5 and negative 6. So we use also the same formula. The xm is equals to 1 half x sub 1 plus x sub 2 and the ym is equals to y sub 1 plus y sub 2. So we substitute the value of x sub 1 plus x sub 2 and the equation will become xm is equals to 1 half times 4 over 5 plus negative 8 over 5. This answered by negative 2 and 5. Then ym is equals to 1 half and negative 2 third plus negative 6 is equals to negative 10 over 3. So the xm and the ym is, or the midpoint is negative 2 over 5 and negative 10 over 3. So number 3, find the midpoint of 4 and 5 and negative 2 and 3. Oh, same lang siya pala. Then proceed number 4, the trisection points of negative 2 and negative 6 and 2 and 3 and 8. So the solution, so we use the formula r sub 1 over r sub 2 is equals to 1 half, and also x is equals to r sub 1 x sub 2 plus r sub 2 x sub 1 over r sub 1 plus r sub 2. So we substitute the value of the formula. So x is equals to 1, 3 plus 2 and negative 6 over 1 plus 2 is equals to negative 9 over 3 and negative 9 over 3 is equals to negative 3. Then y sub y, the formula is y is equals to r sub 1 y sub 2 plus r sub 3 y sub 1 over r sub 1 plus r sub 2. So substitute and the equation will become 1 times 8 plus 2 times 2 over 1 plus 2 is equals to 12 over 3. 12 over 3 is equals to 4. Then we use also the r sub 3 over r sub 4 is equals to 2 over 1. So the x is equals to 2 times 3 plus 1 times negative 6 is equals to 0 over 2 plus 1. So the answer is 0, and y is equals to 2 times 8 plus 1 times 2 over 2 plus 1 is equals to 6. So the points are negative 3 and 4 and 0 and 6. Number 5. Line joining 4 and negative 5 to negative 4 and negative 2 with a ratio of 3 over 7. So the solution is, the formula that we use is x is equals to x sub 1 plus k times x sub 2 minus y sub 1 if we are finding the x. So we're gonna solve the x, so we substitute the value. So the equation will become x is equals to 4 plus 3 over 7 minus negative 4 minus 4 is equals to 4 over 7. Then we're gonna solving for y. The formula is y is equals to y sub 1 plus k, or ratio, and times y sub 2 minus y sub 1. So we're gonna substitute the value of y sub 2 and y sub 1 and also the ratio. So the equation will become y is equals to negative 5 plus 3 over 7, and negative 2 minus negative 5 is equals to negative 26 over 7. So the points are 4 over 7 and negative 26 over 7. Number 6, negative 5 and negative 4 plus 6, negative 2, and ratio is 2 is to 3. Solution, we use also the same formula. The x is equals x sub 1 plus k and x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So substitute the value. The equation will become x is equals to negative 5 plus 2 over 5, or 2 is to 3, and times 6 minus negative 5. So the x is equals to negative 3 over 5. Then solve for y. We use the same formula, y sub 1 plus k, y sub 2 minus y. So the equation will become negative 4 plus 2 over 5 times negative 2 and negative 4. So the answer is equals to negative 16 over 15. So x and y is negative 3 over 5 and negative 16 over 15. Number 7, 1 and negative 3 and 4 and negative 6. The ratio is 1 over 6. So the solution, we use also the same formula at number 3, I guess. R over 1 over R sub 1, over R sub 2 is equals to R sub 1 x sub 2 plus R sub 2 x sub 1 over R sub 1 plus R sub 2. Substitute the value. So the equation will become x equals 1 times 4 plus 6 times x over 1 plus 6 is equals to 1, then equals 4 plus 6x over 7, because we multiplied 1 and x. Then 4 plus 6x is equals to 7. Then we divide both sides by 6. Then cancel. X is equals to 1/2. Then y. The formula is r sub 1 y sub 2 plus r sub 2 y sub 1 over r sub 1 plus r sub 2. So 1 times negative 1 plus 6 times x over 1 plus 6 is equals to negative 3. Then the equation will become negative 6 plus 6y over 7 is equals to negative 3, because we multiplied 1 and y. Then we negative 6 plus 6y is equals to negative 21, because we multiplied 7 and negative 3. So, and then we multiplied both sides, we divide both sides by 6. So cancel 6, then y is equals to 15, 6, and lowest y is equals to negative 5 over 2. And then the first point is 1/2 and negative 5 and 2. Then we're gonna solve for the second point. Then x is equals to 1 times 1 plus 6 times x over 1 plus x is equals to 4. We use the same formula. Then 1 plus 6x over 7 equals to 4. Then cross multiplied. So 4 times 7 is equals 27 or 27. Then 6, we divide both sides by 6. 6x over 6 and 27 over 6. Then cancel, 6 is equals to 9 over 2. And then solve for y. Y is equals to 1 times negative 3 plus 6 times x over 1 plus 6 is equals to negative 6. Then negative 3 plus 6x over 1 plus 6 is equals to negative 6. We multiplied 1 and y. Then negative 3 plus 6y is equals to negative 42. And then we divide both sides by 6. 6y over 6 and 39 over 6. Cancel. Then y is equals to 13 over 2. So the second point in C is 9 over 2 and negative 3 over 2. So the terminal points are 1 over 2 and negative 5 over 2 and 9 over 2 and negative 12 over 2. Number 8. Negative 3 and negative 2 and 1 half and 3 ratio is 4 and 4 over 5. So the solution is equals to, we use the same formula. X is so the equation will become x times 4 times negative 3 plus 5 times x over 5. 4 plus 5 is equals to 1 half. Then negative 12 plus 5x over 9 is equals to negative 1 half. 12 plus 5x is equals to negative 9 over 2. Divide both sides by 5. Cancel 5. X is equals to 3 halves. Then to solve for y is equals to 4 times negative 2 plus 5 times x over 4 plus 5 is equals to 3. Negative 8 plus 5 is equals to 9 equals 3. We multiplied 4 to 2 and 5 to y. And negative 8 plus 5 is equals to 27. Then divide both sides by 5, so cancel 5. Y is equals to 7 because 35 divided 5 is 7. Then to solve for the second point, x is equals 4 and times negative 1 half plus 5 times x is equals over 4 plus 5 is equals to negative 3. Then the equation will become negative 2 plus 5x over 4 is equals to negative 3 because we multiplied 4 to negative 1 half and 5 to x. So then divide both sides by 5, so cancel 5. X is equals to negative 5 because 5 divided by 25 is equals to 5 or negative 5. Then solve for the y. Negative 4 times 3 plus 5 times y over 4 plus 5 is equals to negative 2. Then the equation will become 12 plus 5y over 9 is equals to negative 2. Then the equation is 12 plus 5y is equals to negative 18. Then we divide both sides by 5, so cancel 5. Y is equals to negative 6 because we divide negative 32 5, and the answer is negative 6. So the first points are 3 over 2 and 7. Second point is negative 5 and negative 6. Number 12, the points are negative 3 and 7, and 3 and 1, and also negative 8 and 2. The solution, so the formula that we use is x is equals to 1/3 times x sub 1 plus x sub 2 plus x sub 3. Then substitute the value of x sub 1, x sub 2, and x sub 3. So the equation will become 1/3 times negative 3 plus 3 plus negative 8. So the answer is negative 8. Then negative 8 multiplied to 1/3 is equals to negative 8 over 3. Then solve for y. The formula to get y is equals to 1/3 times y sub 1 plus y sub 2 plus y sub 3. So substitute the value of y sub 1, y sub 2, and y sub 3. So So the equation will become y is equals to 1/3 times negative 7 plus 1 plus 2 is equals to negative 4. Negative 4 times 1 over 3 is equals to negative 4 over 3. So the points are negative 8 over 3 and negative 4 over 3. Number 13, 5 and 12, positive 2 and 7 and 6 and 1 are the points. So the solution is also the same at the number 12. So x sub 1 plus x sub 3 is equals to x sub 2 plus y. I know this is the formula. The x sub 1 plus x sub 3 is equals to x sub 2 plus x. So substitute the value of x sub 1 and x sub 3, x sub 2. Then the equation will become 5 plus 6 is equals to 2 plus x. Then 5 plus 6 is 11, and then equals to 2 plus x, transpose the x. So x is equals to 9 plus 11 minus 2 is 9. Then to solve for y sub 1, we use the formula y sub 1 plus y sub 3 is equals to y sub 2 plus y. Then substitute the value. So the equation will become 12 plus 1 is equals to 7 plus y. So 12 plus 1 is 13. Then copy 7 plus y, substitute, transpose y. So 13 minus 7 is 6. So the points are 9 and 6. Number 14, the center is 3 and negative 2, and the points 7 and 2. So solution. The formula that we use is xm is equals to 1 half times x sub 1 plus x sub 2 to get the x. So then the equation will become 2xm is equals to x sub 1 plus x sub 2. Then x squared is equals to 2xm minus x sub 1 transpose x squared. Then x is equals to 2 times 3 minus 7 is equals to negative 1. To get the y, we use the formula ym is equals to 1 over 2 times y sub 1 plus y sub 2. So the equation become 2ym is equals to y sub 1 plus y sub 2. Then the equation will become y sub 2 is equals to 2ym minus y sub 1. Then to get the answer, y is equals to 2 times negative 2 minus 2 is equals to negative 6. So the points are negative 1 and negative 6. Number 11. The points are 0 and negative 3, negative 1 half and 7 over 2, and negative 1 half and 1 half. So the solution. So 1 half times x sub 1 plus x sub 2 is equals to negative 7 over 2. So negative 7 times 1 half is equals to, the equation will become x sub 1 plus x sub 2 is equals to negative 7 because we multiplied 1 half to negative 7 over 2. Then to get the y also, 1 half and y sub 1 plus y sub 2 is equals to 1 half multiplied. So the equation will become y sub 1 plus y sub 2 is equals to 1. So that will become our equation number 1. To get our equation number 2, the equation are 1 half times x sub 2 plus x sub 3 is equals to 0. Then multiplied 0 to 1 half. So the equation will become x squared plus 1 x sub 2 plus x sub 3 is equals to 0. Then so y, 1 half times y sub 2 plus y sub 3 is equals to negative 3. Then multiplied negative 3 cross multiplication. So the equation become 1 half plus 1 half x sub y sub 2 plus y sub 3 is equals to negative 6. So that will become our equation number 2. Then equation number 3. So 1 half x sub 3 plus x sub 1 equals negative 1 half. Then multiplied 1 half, negative 1 half to 1 half, so the equation will become x sub 3 plus x sub 1 is equals to negative 1 half. Then so y 1 half times y sub 3 plus y sub 1 is equals to 7 over 2, then multiply 7 over 2 to 1 half, so the equation will become y sub 3 plus y sub 1 is equals to 7. So that will become our equation number 3. So we're going to add equation 1, 2, and 3. Then x sub 1 plus y sub x sub 2 is equals to negative 7 plus x sub 2 plus x sub 3 is equals to 0. X sub 3 plus x sub 1 is equals to negative 1. So the equation will become 2 times x sub 1 plus x sub 2 plus x sub 3 is equals to negative 8. Then so y sub 1 plus y sub 2 is equals 1, y sub 2 plus y sub 3 is equals to negative 6, y sub 2 plus y sub 1 is equals to 7. So the equation will become y sub 1 plus y sub 2 plus y sub 3 times 2 is equals to 2. So the equation will become x sub 1 plus x sub 2 plus x sub 3 is negative 4, because minus 2 minus negative 8. Then so y sub 1, the equation will become y sub 1 plus y sub 2 plus y sub 3 is equals to 1. So that will become our equation number 4. Then to get the points, x sub 1 is equals to negative 4 minus x sub 2 plus x sub 3 is equals to, the equation will become negative 4 minus 0 is equals to negative 4. X sub 2 is equals to negative 4 minus x sub 1 plus x sub 2. The equation will become negative 4 minus negative 1 is equals to negative 3. To get x sub 3 is equals to negative 4 minus x sub 2 plus x. So the equation will become negative 4 minus negative 7 is equals to 3. So y sub 1 minus equals 1 times y sub 2 plus y sub 3. So the equation will become 1 minus negative 6 is equals to 7. That is our y sub 1. Y sub 2, 1 minus y sub 1 plus y sub 3. So the equation become 1 and times 7 is equals to 6, negative 6. So that's our y sub 2. So get y sub 3, 1 minus y sub 1 plus y sub 2. So the equation will become 1 minus negative 1 is equals to 0. So the points are negative 4 and 7, negative 3 and negative 6, 3 and 0.